Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Leanna, and today I'm going to show you how to do a very simple holiday look because, as you can see by the little wreath around my neck, Christmas is coming. Okay, so let's start off with the face. I've just gotten out of the shower, as you can see probably by my slightly wet, slightly disheveled hair. And because I'm now filming on my phone, hopefully this is clearer for you to see and clearer for you to hear. Yeah, I'm gonna do my face first and hopefully you can see better. So I'm gonna start with the NYX HD Concealer in Porcelain and the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer in Chantilly, and these are both the lightest shades because I am very, very pale. And even these are still too dark for me, but I blend it out, I make it work as best I can. I'm starting with my scar, which hopefully you can see better now. And my little Quo sponge, which is already pre-moistened. I've only covered it up a moderate amount. You can see it's still there a little bit. I don't mind covering it to the point where people can still see it a little bit. If I cake it up too much, my skin is a little bit dry, so I don't want any flaking to happen. So now I'm just gonna take those two concealers and go back over the rest of my face. I have an unwanted visitor on this cheek, so we're gonna cover that up. I'm not gonna put that right on. I'm going to put that on the back of my hand. And I'm actually going to take that with my finger and just dab it on so that I don't spread any germs from that little breakout. And then just, if I see anywhere else I want to cover up, I don't have too much to cover. My skin's pretty good. But because I'm pale, I kind of get little areas of redness that aren't really blemishes. They just kind of pop up here and there. And with those, I feel comfortable going in with the wand because I know there's no actual bacteria. I forgot to prime my face. Of course I forgot to prime my face. Way to go, Leanna. Oh well. And just tap that in. I'm going to start under my eyes with my dark circles. Today I'm just going to use my Nars concealer because they're pretty bad. And this covers them a lot better than the NYX one does. And with the pointier end, I'm just going to tap that. I also find that this concealer is better for dry under eyes, which I do have right now. That's what my under eyes look like with one pretty small layer of the Nars concealer on, and you can see that it's covered quite a bit. I still have a little bit of blue in the inner corners and a little bit of purple under here, but it doesn't bother me too much, so I'm going to stop there for today. And I'm going to move on to powdering my face, which I'm going to use the NYX Smooth Skin Loose Setting Powder, which I find is a pretty good option from the drugstore. And I'm just going to pour a little bit out into the lid. Very carefully, so it doesn't go everywhere. And I'm just going to grab the EcoTools blush brush, which is nice and fluffy. And I'm just going to start powdering sort of the center area of my face, because even though I'm dry, I can still get a little bit shiny throughout the day. And this brush is too big to get under my eyes, so I use this little angled brush for that purpose. And I still use the same powder. Kind of tapping instead of spreading so that the concealer doesn't wipe away with the brush. And that's it for the powder. And I'm going to do my eyebrows now. I'm going to wait until the end to put my blush on. Stupid hair, get out of my face. I should have clipped it back. I never clip it back. This is the NYX Micro Brow in Ash Brown. I've mentioned it before in previous videos. It's my favorite. And I'm just using the spoolie to comb my eyebrow hairs up. It's snowing out right now. Is it snowing where you live? Let me know. I'm just going to take the little point and start filling in my brows from the front in little strokes. As you can see, I've zoomed in and I'm just working on my other brow now. I usually edit this a lot because it's boring and you've seen it before. Okay, my eyebrows are done, as you can see. And now I'm going to move on to my eyes, which means I'm going to prime with Benefit's Stay Don't Stray. This is a little mini. This provides a little bit of coverage as well as providing a bit of tackiness for your eyeshadows to stick down onto. You could also use a concealer or a different primer if you'd like. You can tell I have a lot of veins in my eyelids there. That's why I like a primer that has that coverage to it. And I'm just blending that in with my finger. And I'm just setting that in place with a little bit of pressed powder. And you can always set it with an eyeshadow that's close to your skin tone. Alright, for eyes today I have the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette in front of me. And I'm going to start by taking the shade Golden Ochre, which is right here, with the brush that's included in the palette, and I'm just going to take a little bit of that on the blending side, tap off, and start by going into the crease right around here. I'm doing the same thing on the other side now, because remember, whatever you do on your right eye you want to do on your left eye and vice versa. Once you have that shade built into your crease, I'm going to go in with Raw Sienna down here, and I'm actually going to take that on this end of the brush, which is a little bit fluffy, but it's meant more for packing things onto the lid or kind of going underneath. And I'm just going to take a little bit kind of on the tip of it, and again tapping that off, and just going right into the socket, and I'm not going to blend that up very high at all. I'm kind of making this eye look up as I go along, but you can see this shade is meant to contour the eye, which it has just by putting it all along here and not dragging it up high. But in order to soften that edge of it, you do just want to very lightly take that blending side of the brush and go along that color. Otherwise it will look a little bit muddy, but you don't want to drag it up. You just want to go back and forth to soften it. And that just adds a little bit of warmth and dimension to your eyes. And once you've done that, it's time for your lid color. Today I'm going to go in with the cream highlighter from the NYX IndividualEyes palette in Pink Nudes. I'm just going to take that on a finger, clean finger I should mention, and start putting that along my lid. and dragging it up to the colors that we put in the socket and crease area. I don't want to go any higher than that. Once I have that blended into my eyes the way I want to, I'm going to take this Real Techniques eye shading brush and this Sephora color in Aspen Summit, which is a very frosty white shade. And I'm going to dampen my brush a little bit. I don't have a setting spray, so I'm just going to take this Lise Watier Metamorfix drops. I'm just going to drop a little bit onto my brush and go into the eyeshadow and start packing that over top of the white shade on the lid. Again, pat, don't drag. Now you've got a really frosted look to your eyes, which is very pretty and very appropriate for winter and the holidays. So along with the lid color, I am going to take that same eyeshadow on my inner corner because it's very appropriate as a highlight. Just with this very small Sonia Kashuk brush that I always use for the inner corner. And this white shade does show up on my skin, as you can see, because it does have that frostiness to it. It's not matte. For the brow bone, I'm going to go back into the Modern Renaissance palette and take that shade Tempera that I love so much for pale skin brow bone highlight. And because it's the holidays, I think a winged eyeliner is very appropriate because we haven't done too much with this eye look. So for that, I'm going to take my Essence gel eyeliner in black, along with the gel eyeliner brush from Essence. Wish me luck. For the wing, I usually start from the edge of my eyelashes, kind of flip the brush so that the angled side is like this, and just start working really in small strokes. Now I just have to do the other side and hope that it matches. That's the toughest part. And let's be honest, it very, very rarely does match up. Raise your hands if you've ever had your wings not match. So this is what my winged eyeliner looks like so far. I haven't adjusted it or cleaned it up. Right now I am going to clean it up, and for that I'm going to take a different angled eyeliner brush. This one is from Annabelle, and I don't think they sell it anymore. I don't think they make brushes anymore, which is a shame because this one is very nice. And I'm just going to take a little bit of concealer on the tip of this brush. And kind of work from the outside angle here. And then your eyeliner should look a little something like this. You can go more or less dramatic depending on the look you're going for. This is a fairly tame winged eyeliner. It's not very long or very wide. That's why I'm calling this the simple holiday look, because it is very small. And now for mascara, I'm going to use the Makeup Forever Excessive Lash, which is, again, this is a little sample, but it's quite nice. And here is the wand. I'm just going to coat my lashes and I'll be right back. I'm back with my lashes coated with the Makeup Forever mascara. As you can see, they're very long. Very nice. And now I'm going to do my lip color, which is going to be a nice red. It's not a true red, it's a little bit orangey, but it's very nice and still very suitable for holidays. This is the Revlon Matte Lip Balm. And this is in the shade 240 Striking Spectacular. As you can see, it's one of these twist up chubby sticks. And then you have a gorgeous holiday ready red lip. Holiday ready red lip. Say that 10 times fast. And for the finishing touch, I'm going to do my blush. I waited until the end to know exactly how much I wanted, because sometimes it's good to wait until you have your eyes and your lips finished so that you don't overdo your face makeup. So I'm going to take my NYX HD Blush in the shade Amber. It'll open for me. On my Real Techniques blush brush. And now I've got a beautiful flush of color to go with the rest of my face. I have about 2 more holiday looks I'd like to get up before Christmas arrives. So with my schedule and my health permitting, hopefully I can get those up for you as well. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you later.